You've reached the point in your career where an executive MBA at a premier European or UK institution is the logical next step. It's the credential that can push you into the C-suite or give you the network to launch your own venture. But then you look at the price tag. This chart shows the base tuition fees for some of the top programs. You're looking at nearly £120,000 for London Business School, over £106,000 for Oxford, and €130,000 for INSEAD. Earning that degree in the heart of London is a massive investment, and traveling to Fontainebleau for a global perspective carries a similarly heavy premium. The dilemma here is straightforward. As an established professional, you have to figure out how to absorb a six-figure expense without destabilizing your mortgage, your family's budget, or the lifestyle you've already built. And here is the hard truth. That published tuition is merely the starting line. Navigating the actual financial weight of an EMBA means you need to map out a distinct, ironclad funding strategy before you even submit your application. The mistake most applicants make is confusing the marketed sticker price with the actual total cost of attendance. Look at how costs stack up on this waterfall chart. Starting with a large base block for tuition, you immediately stack additional blocks for flights, visas, and hotels. Finally, mandatory course materials and tech subscriptions add another £3,000 per year. We also have to account for opportunity cost. Time away from work for residential modules means fewer billable hours, potential hits to your annual bonus, or adjustments to your regular earnings. If you rely solely on the university's base tuition to build your budget, you risk hitting a mid-program cash flow crisis and taking on high-interest emergency debt just to graduate. Path A is employer sponsorship. For most applicants, this is the lowest personal financial risk option on the table. To get it, you have to pitch a rigid, data-driven case to your employer. You must prove exactly how your new skills translate into a return on investment for the firm. But look at the trade-off on this decision tree. If you branch left into an employer-sponsored path, you get the outcome of zero personal debt, but it comes paired with restricted career mobility. We call this the golden handcuffs clause. In exchange for funding, you are legally bound to remain at the sponsoring firm for 2 to 5 years post-graduation. We see this frequently at top-tier UK institutions like Cambridge Judge, where local executives leverage corporate backing to ascend the ranks. Full sponsorship works perfectly if you plan to climb the ladder within your current company, but it will actively work against you if your goal is to pivot to a new industry or launch your own startup. Path B is hunting for scholarships and grants. This reduces the principal cost without owing your employer your future time. Business schools offer various funding pools, including merit-based awards, women in leadership grants, and funds for emerging market candidates. HEC Paris, for example, is a prime destination offering targeted women in leadership scholarships. Or you might look at Warwick Business School, which offers purely merit-based funding through their Dean Scholarship. The math here has a clear drawback. These funds are hyper-competitive, and they almost never cover the full total cost of attendance. Scholarships are a vital supplement, and you should apply for them early, but relying on them as a guaranteed funding strategy will leave you dangerously exposed. Path C is the self-funded route. This often involves specialized, non-collateral lenders like Prodigy Finance or Lendwise for your studies. If we go back to our decision tree and branch right into the self-funded loan path, you see the core benefit, 100% post-graduation career mobility. You can switch jobs or start a business on day one. The danger is the debt burden itself. Taking on 6 figures of loans requires a massive post-EMBA salary bump just to service the monthly repayments. Loans are a necessary tool if you want to aggressively pivot your career, but surviving the repayment period requires ruthless, ironclad personal budgeting. To figure out which path aligns with your goals, let's map these options onto this quadrant chart. We are measuring financial risk on the horizontal axis and post-grad career mobility on the vertical. Employer sponsorship drops right into the bottom left quadrant. It carries very low financial risk, but leaves you with very low mobility. Self-funding through loans plots exactly opposite, up in the top right. You get maximum freedom, but you absorb maximum financial risk. The rule here is simple. Choose the bottom left if you want to accelerate your current trajectory. Accept the top right if you demand a hard pivot. If you are stepping into that high-risk quadrant, you need a system. This is where the Leaderly 7-step financial plan becomes essential. You start by meticulously calculating the total costs, including all those hidden travel fees we discussed, and aggressively auditing your current liquid savings. Next, you automate a tax-efficient savings plan and immediately apply for any available university scholarships to chip away at the principal. Finally, you secure your loan pre-approvals and map out a strict semester-by-semester cash flow budget to weather unexpected expenses and currency fluctuations. That currency factor is vital if you're looking at a program like SDA Bocconi, where you'll be executing your financial plan entirely in euros. Surviving the financial gauntlet of an EMBA requires locking in this entire 7-step plan 12 to 18 months before you ever set foot on campus. The financial intensity of these top-tier programs effectively acts as a filter, requiring the same level of strategic rigor as the business cases you'll solve in the classroom. By attacking your funding strategy early, you ensure the degree's cost doesn't derail the career goals that made you apply in the first place. If you need help matching your specific career goals to the right program and building a foolproof financial strategy, expert guidance is available. Like, share, and subscribe to Leaderly's channel for more deep dives into admission strategy, and click the link in the description to apply for a consultation today.